welcome back to the channel. So today is the day that I finally get to build up this bad boy. I've done a bit of shopping around, couldn't exactly get all the parts I wanted, so for now, because I'm that desperate to ride it, I've stripped the parts off my V2. I'm just going to use that as a donor bike for now and use all the parts for that, and then as I start getting new parts, then I can chuck them on at a later date. But yeah, I just want to get out on this bad boy, so I'm using all them parts now, so let's get into it. I'm going to start with the bottom bracket. As you can see, maybe can't, but most bottom brackets will have a right and a left, and it shows you which way to tighten it. I've already greased inside, so then you can just start working it in, and then you finish off with a tool in a second. It's gone in nice. And then use a bottom bracket tool, just give it a tighten. I'm just greasing the top of the headset. I've already done the bottom of it, so already greased and fitted the bottom of the headset. Just going to feed that through and slot all that on. That's it. So I'm going to use the same space as I used off my V2 build, so I've got the larger Nukeproof one going on first, and then pop the stem on. Because these bars are off my old one as well, they're already got the brakes and stuff on. And then I'm going with the smaller Nukeproof one on the top, because that's what I liked on the V2 thing. If you're struggling for holding it up, top tip, use your wheel and it holds up. And then don't tighten your stem up first, put your top cap in, and then tighten that up first, and that'll pinch it all together. And then you can tighten the stem bolts. Give that a tighten, we'll make sure it's straight and stuff in a bit. And then you can just nip up the stem bolts then. And then I'll do them to the proper torque settings once I've got it all roughly set up. Yeah, just nip them up hand tight, and that's in. So now we're moving down to the brake side. Just gonna put the caliper on, and then we'll line it all up once we've got the wheel on. So now it's time to fit the rear caliper. So you come across the front of the bike, back through the middle of the frame, and then back on the inside, and then we'll nip all these up with cable ties at the end. And then these are the Hope V4 brakes. I'm in an R about whether the red would go with the yellow, but actually as I'm doing it now I think it's going to work, and I'll come into the reasons why I've gone with red and yellow at the end. And then we'll line all this up so when the wheel's in place, just nip it up. Yeah, I think that looks alright. So now it's time to put the rear mech on. So because this is off my old bike, it's already set up and cabled in, which is going to be a bit of a help. So again, you feed across the front of the bike, through the middle of the frame, and then this one you stay on the outside of the frame, and then just bolts into the hanger at the back. And hopefully it shouldn't take any lining up, because it was lined up on my old bike. So now it's time to work on the dropper side of things. So in your pack for the frame, you should have some of these little rubber tubes. Feed your outer cable through one of the rubber tubes, and then once that's in the frame, it'll just stop it rattling. And then this can be a bit of a faff, but sometimes it does go straight through. Feed that into the frame. And then it's so hard to see here. There you go. So you should have got some of those in with the frame as well. So you can just feed them onto the cable and clip them into the frame. And that just keeps them tidy. And then we've got these last two out on this side. That looks a lot neater than the V2 model. You had to come out of the bottom and trail it underneath the bottom bracket, so that's looking a lot nicer there now. So because of the change in the frame design and it now coming out of the top of the down tube rather than underneath, just had to trim the cables down a touch. So I've just fitted that to the bottom of the dropper, and now just going to feed that through, and it should just pull. Leave some spare just so I know exactly what height I'm going to need if there has been a change in the frame design. Starting to come together now. That's the dropper pursed in, and we can start. I'm just going to chuck the cranks on, get the wheels on, check the gears. Yeah, really liking the little red bits now with the yellow. I think it's looking pretty cool. So I'm just going to put the cranks on, put plenty of grease on there just to make sure it should slide in. There we go. And then just give that a tighten up. I have to excuse the pedals at the minute. That's all I've got, so I'll probably get some red pedals I think to match, but I had these kicking about, so they'll do for now. And actually they match the blue on the top caps of the forks. Right, it's time to feed the chain through the mech. And then hopefully should be the right length. Just get a quick link on that. Right, just need to tune the brakes a little bit, and we should be good to go. I have these black Horizon bars, and I've also got these gold Renthal bars. I was in two minds, and I've gone round and round in my own little head whether to go gold or whether to leave it black, because I've gone full black stealth on the Fox 34 Performance Elite, so I'm not going to put any stickers on the forks, going to leave them stealth. Do I leave the handlebars stealth, or do I go with the Renfalls? If you let me know in the comments, let me know what you think. But yeah, can't wait to go out and get rowdy. So that is it, complete. A few little bits to change. I'm going to get a different mudguard on the front, and then I need to decide whether I'm going to go black pedals or maybe red pedals to match as well. But yeah, she looks wicked. Finished the build. I hope you'll agree. She looks lovely in the yellow. Yeah, if you've got any questions, drop them in the comments and I'll get back to you. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.